Hi everyone, welcome back. So today's project is to take the slack out of this handbrake or parking brake handle. So you guys can see, and I have been fighting this problem for a long time. And I opened the center console thinking maybe there is an adjustment screw, but there is no adjustment screw or nut. I thought maybe the cable is rusty, but the cable is also good. And I will show you what's exactly happening. Right now I am under the car. You guys can see this is the spare tire. Most of the time you guys can adjust the slack on these cars which has no adjustment screw in the front from here. That's what the factory service manual says. You guys need to get this tiny nut, loosen up, and then adjust it accordingly. And the factory service manual says that there is a bell crank nut that should be this big one. So the factory manual says whenever you guys are adjusting the cable from here, the slack, make sure this thing is touching this metal piece. If it's like up, this metal nut, that tip of this round thing, make sure it's sitting flush. If it's like not touching it, it's not correct adjustment. So everything looked fine, normal to me. Usually these bell cranks, they get rusted, and then these prevent the parking brake handles from releasing properly, and it will stick and it will give you guys problem. If you guys pay attention, this is the left side of the rear tire, and the bell crank bracket is missing a spring. There is a spring on the bottom, it's gone, and it's also bent. And due to this, there's a lot of slack in my parking brake cable, and I've been trying to find this problem for ages. You guys can see this, and it's not even flush with this metal plate right over here. So the bell cranking bolt, this ground one or this one, it's not even lined up to this flat metal surface. It's all the way up, and that bolt itself is also bent. You guys can see that the bolt is also bent. So let me show you guys what parts did I buy and how we're gonna do this. So this is the part number that I bought, and it's the one that is bent. It's for the left side. The left side, it says L over here, and the part number is 47625-60022. The right side is the same number, except it has 24 instead of 25 right over here. You guys can see this. So let's open up this tire and let's see how we're gonna approach this. I have never worked on brake shoes before, so this is gonna be my first ever time. And the springs that I'm missing in the back, this is the spring. This is the part number for the spring. 90506-20033. And I ordered 4 springs, even though I'm just missing one, but I'm going to replace all 4. And this is that screw that is bent. Part number for this screw is see right over here. Sorry guys, I cannot see properly. 47639-30020. Today's project is to replace the bell crank and the boot that goes on the top of the bell crank and the brake shoes. So the car is on jack stands. Those are 3-ton jack stands on each side, and It doesn't really matter if the car is in neutral or in park, as long as both of the rear wheels are up in the air. And make sure your parking brake is released. Remove the whole caliper with the bracket attached. It's held by two 17mm bolts, which are right, this one, hopefully you guys can see, my finger is touching it, and one is right here. Caliper is sitting on the top of axle. Now all I have to do is to pull this out. If the disc on your car is a little bit rusty and it's giving you a hard time to come out, make sure your handbrake or emergency parking brake is not engaged, and then use a bolt over here, and the bolt will help it pry it out. Before you guys remove the brake shoes, make sure to take a picture or make a tiny clip of which spring goes where, and then after that disassemble it. You guys do not need a special tool to remove these springs. Oh no. and then remove this one also. Pry this, pull it out. Comes with a shim, so do not forget to put this shim back in when installing it. The circlip is finally out. After fighting with it for at least 15 minutes, I found a trick how to remove it. You guys need to pry this up from this side, from the back, not from the front. And then once you guys have enough room, pull it with a plier, like so. Once that one is out, take out this piece, remove this, and then you guys all have the bell crank. So there is nothing wrong with this bell crank, but I'm going to replace it anyway because I ordered a pair of it. So all I need to transfer is just this adjustment nut and bolt. One thing I forgot to tell you guys, so I still have to use this part. So in order to remove this part from the old bell crank, pry this boot out, and then it's held by one circlip right over here. And I will give you guys the part number for all these circlips because Toyota says these are non-reusable parts. This wasn't too bad to remove. This is finally out. Part number for the right side boot. Part number for the right side bell crank. Part number for this circlip. part number for circlip for this. Okay, let's put the spring back. Oh, fuck on. You see?
Just noticed that spray.
part number for the brake shoe circlip. It was not too hard, but this camera was in my way. What I did is I held it with one hand. It's like a L type of rivet, and this one, so you guys need to hold it from the back, and then the spring is not very high tension spring. It's fairly soft spring. You guys can put it back in its original spot without the help of anybody. You guys don't need any tools. So this spring is installed. Okay, this side was easy, but this side was hard because this spring gave me hell. Now all I gotta do is to engage the front spring, and there's one spring right over here. So let's do that. That was easy. One more spring. This spring right over here. Some of you might be wondering why I'm replacing these brake shoes, because these look okay, but let me show you why. Look at this. Look at this one. Worst. Now all I need to do is to adjust. Toyota factory service manual recommends to adjust that screw so you can lock these wheels by clicking the parking brake 8 clicks. I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but I will show you guys what I'm talking about. Now to adjust the brake shoe settings, you guys can take out this plug and insert this flathead screwdriver and turn that adjustment screw upwards. When you guys turn it upwards, it's gonna make it tight, it's gonna expand. When you guys turn it downwards, it's gonna go back to its original position. So what I'm gonna do is Since I'm blind, I can't see anything. I want to just manually. Let's see. No, I need to be able to pull this parking brake handle, make sure it clicks 8 times, not more than that, and it should be tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe I can go more, but before I do that, let's see if the brake is already engaged. So it didn't make any difference. No, I gotta make it more tight.
If you need help putting that on, then I could just put it on for you. So
Let's see.
my phone is on. Should I give you light because my phone is on my table? Okay.
It's tight. It's not letting. It's not letting it go in. I'm gonna make it a little bit more loose now. How about now?
I'll give you light.
Let me click it 8 times and see if I can move it. Not moving at all. Now put the caliper back, and the torque spec for the caliper, I'll share it on the screen. Make sure you guys torque the bolts of the caliper, because that is very critical. What happened recently is when I was inspecting my brakes, I saw one of the bolt was missing. It fell down. So then I torqued them all, and now that problem is solved. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. You guys have a nice day. Bye.